Hello, lovelies, and welcome. I hope everybody who came over from Couch Court that all of your body parts are with you and that nothing got lost. Well, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm reading the chat, and it looks like some of you did not make it with everything. I do apologize for that. But oh, I just lost a string. But pants. Dave, pants are not required. Pants are not required. So it's okay. It's okay. Hello, Lady in Gray. Hello, Dave. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Michael. I'm sorry that messed up your hair. It messed mine up too. Can't you tell? No, can't you tell? You lost a shoe, Angie. Oh, girl, what are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about that? Now, I am not used to, remember, doing all of this back end stuff. So I am trying to make sure I share the right thing. And I don't think I have. Uh-oh. So our visuals may be messed up. Hold on, guys. See, this is why they should not trust me to do this back end stuff, okay? Because it's a lot of buttons to click. It's a lot of multitasking. But you know what? I'm going to prove I can do it. I'm going to prove I can do it. Don't share my shower time. Oh, girl, you do not have to worry about that. I do not take a camera in the shower, even in a Ziploc bag. Sorry, no one needs to accidentally see that. Okay. Nobody needs to see that. Now, I am trying to share this and I am having struggles with this. I'm thinking I have too many windows open and too many monitors. Where am I at? I think this is where I'm supposed to be. See, guys, we're getting it. Hello, Llama. I'm struggling with, I forgot to pull up all of the visuals. So I'm having to do that. And, it's causing me to struggle, but that's okay. I'm getting it. Okay. I think it's this one. Okay, guys, I found it. So, Llama, you would be very proud of me. I figured it out. Okay, guys, I'm proud of me. Llama, welcome. I hope your appointment went well. Now, guys, court will be back at 1:15. Do not worry about missing anything. I will end way before then, and you will be ported back over. Okay. Now, happy Wednesday, guys. Um, I am Terry True Crime, and welcome to Midday Missing, where we highlight current missing person cases that need more attention. Now, we stream shows every Monday and Wednesday at noon Central. Unless Llama is streaming a trial on Couch Court, then we do it during whatever her lunch break is. Okay. Now, if you're part of the replay crew, welcome and thank you for watching. Guys, I have to tell you, you watching and sharing these videos and the missing person flyers, I want you to think of how that small little thing that we do can help these families. Okay. It helps them know that their loved ones are not forgotten and that people care. And just maybe a tip will come in. Okay. Now, before we get into today's first case, I have to share with all of you that my Midday Missing leggings arrived, and I'm going to jump up and show you guys what they look like. If I can, see, my camera doesn't go low enough. There it is. Y'all can see my hip view. Might not be able to hear me, but guys, they are so comfy, so comfy. So if you want to help support our show, please head over to tcwtmedia.com, click on shopping, and you can see our new merch from all of our different shows. And guys, if members at certain levels even get a discount, okay, members also get a sneak peek before the public and can even purchase, certain levels can even purchase it before others can get it. Okay. So, kind of cool. Leggings are amazing. Okay. Now, let's get into why we're here today. Okay. On March 1st, 2014, 2 year old Myra Rena Lewis vanished from her front yard in Camden, Mississippi. Now, she was born November 30th, 2011. Myra was last seen by her family between 10:30 and 11 that morning. She was playing outside near their home on Mount Pilgrim Road. Now, despite immediate efforts by her family and the involvement of state and federal authorities, including the FBI, Myra's disappearance remains one of Mississippi's most haunting child cases. For more than a decade, no trace of her has ever been found. Now, that Saturday morning began routinely for the family. Myra's mother, Erica, recalled seeing her daughter playing with her sister outdoors before leaving to run errands. Erica told both girls to go inside the house before she departed. Now, inside the house, Erica's husband, Gregory Lewis, was caring for their newborn child. He did not realize that Myra was missing until several hours later. Now, by the time the family recognized she was gone, too much time had already passed. I just realized I never shared the visual. Sorry, guys. I told y'all I struggle with this stuff. Now I'm trying to find how I change it. Oh my goodness, guys. I have lost that screen. I think this is the one. No, guys, see, I can't change pictures now. Oh, llama, I am a mess. Why do you keep me around? Okay? Why do you keep me around? I think I found it now. I think. Okay? I think. Nope, that's last week's. See, guys, I am a mess. Oh, well, we just may not have visuals. Yeah, we just may not have visuals. I cannot change it, but that's okay. Like I said, by the time the family recognized she was gone, valuable time had already passed. Now, Mira's family describes her as bright, smart, and obedient, which I found that an interesting description, but that's just me. I'm still trying to find the slide. Oh, well. Obedient, I just found that interesting. But those are qualities kind of unusual for a young age. Now, her grandmother recalled that Mira was so independent, she would walk to her grandmother's house next door without issue. Okay, guys, I do not want to judge, but she was 2 years old. Okay. She was two. I I guess I'm overprotective. Maybe it's because I'm in the true crime world. When my grandson is here, even at the age of 6, if he wants to walk to my neighbor's house, I go stand in the driveway and watch him, and my neighbor steps out and waves to let me know he's there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, okay? But she did it a lot of times without issues. Now, on the day she vanished, Mira stood 3 feet, 1 inch tall. She weighed 27 pounds and had black hair and brown eyes. She was dressed in light-colored pants, a turquoise sweater with a bear on the front, and pink tennis shoes. Love that. These details were later shared when they did the Amber Alert. Now, when Gregory Lewis realized his daughter was missing, he tried to track her using the family's dog. Okay. Unfortunately, the animals were not trained for search and rescues. Okay. Authorities were contacted and an intense search began. Trained canine units and deputies scoured a 4 square mile radius around the property. Now, their home area included woods, fields, and a pond directly across from the family's home. Guys, despite hours of searching, no evidence of Myra's whereabouts was uncovered. Now, the following day, March 2nd, 2014, Madison County officials issued an Amber Alert, which immediately brought statewide and national attention to the case. But guys, still that delay of several hours between the time she was last seen, the time the cops were called, and then the alert being done later would become a point of criticism. Now, by March 3rd, investigators formally classified her disappearance as a child abduction case. The FBI quickly joined that search along with the other agencies. And like I said, they scoured the area. But guys, on March 7th, 2014, the investigation took a dramatic turn. I mean, dramatic. When law enforcement arrested Myra's mom, Erica Lewis, on a probation violation after a search of the family's home. She remained in jail for nearly 80 days, raising questions and criticism about whether authorities focused on the mother, if that hindered the search for Myra. I mean, guys, you arrest the mother on a probation violation after her daughter's gone missing? I mean, I get that they need to do that, but if y'all didn't arrest her because you needed to just get her in custody because you thought she had something to do with it, but if she was out truly running errands, this woman is traumatized. Her daughter is missing. Why would you put her in jail for 80 days? Somebody needs to explain that to me, okay? Now, on March 10th, the FBI added Myra to their list of most sought missing persons. They announced a $20,000 reward for information leading to her discovery. But despite the reward and the extensive media coverage, no substantial tips surfaced. I mean, authorities even revisited earlier search areas, okay? On March 13th, divers once again combed through the pond across the Lewis residence, but nothing was found, okay? By May 2014, after serving her time for the probation violation, Erica was released, and the family continued to assert their belief that Myra was abducted. Can you imagine the trauma of your child missing and you are put in jail on a probation violation? The hell. The hell. I should have got some water. I'll just drink the last of that cold coffee. Now, after months passed with no progress, investigators turned to a more unconventional measure. Okay. In October of that year, Madison County Sheriff's Department consulted with psychics in the hopes of generating new leads. Okay, suggested new areas were searched, but again, nothing was found. I mean, I am not going to shame them for trying everything. Okay, I'm not going to shame them for that. Now, by 2015, her case had already gained tragic distinction. It was the longest unsolved Amber Alert case in Mississippi history. And the family left Camden, abandoning the home where Myra had last been seen. Now, later, a sheriff said, "I've got a theory behind that, and I don't mind offering it to you at this point," he said. People generally, and this is just through experience, whenever they commit a crime, they don't want to stay around for the fallout. They're afraid that the reminders of every day are going to eventually erode their resolve to be strong enough to fight it away, and that maybe they may crack, or maybe their emotions are getting the best of them. You know, Tucker went on to say, "We have not heard from this family in years. You would hear from me every single day until you found my baby. Sheriff Tucker, I'm the same. I am the same on that, but I not gonna, judge. Tucker went on to say that he and his investigators feel like there are members of the family who may want to reach out, but feel like they can't because of certain controlling family dynamics. Guys, you know what struck me? How hard that has got to be for the family members that know something and want answers, but also these investigators who want this solved. I mean, think about that. You suspect family knows something and they're not talking? Got to be so hard. Now, authorities continue to keep her case alive. In 2018, the National Center for Missing and Exploited released an age progressed photo of Myra depicting what she might look like at age 6. The release reignited hope, but again, no credible leads followed. Now, in 2022, 8 years after Myra's disappearance, the Madison County Sheriff's Office publicly admitted they are no closer to solving the case than they had been on day one. Myra's case still carries a $20,000 FBI reward, and the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children continue to generate updated age progressed images to maintain public awareness. March 2024, the 10th anniversary of her disappearance, Myra's case remained unsolved. Like I said, they've done extensive searches, rewards, and even the unconventional investigation tactic of calling a psychic. And remember, guys, they even arrested her mother on those violations, and they were questioning her. Okay. As of today, September 2025, there are no confirmed leads in the case of Myra Rena Lewis. She remains the longest unsolved Amber Alert case in Mississippi's history. Now, guys, there is a Myra Lewis Help Find Me Facebook page that has activity on it up until March of this year. And guys, I can't help but wonder, did the family not trust the police after they arrested the mom on a probation violation? Because based on the Facebook page, it seems like several private investigators have been hired by someone. So someone in the family is still seeking answers. Okay. I also try to remind myself and remember that everyone handles trauma different. And until I walk in their shoes, I can't judge them for moving away. I like to think I wouldn't, but I can understand also that maybe it's too hard to stay there. Now, if you have any information about the disappearance of Myra Lewis, please contact the Madison County Sheriff's Office at 601 859 2345 or the FBI office at 601 948 5000. Okay, guys, if you have a loved one or you know of a loved one who's missing or interested in having, oh my gosh, the fabulous llama is in the background and taking care of everything. Okay, guys, I was sitting here trying to find it. Thank you, llama. I love you. But if you know of a missing person case that you think we need to show and talk about, or if you're a family member and you want to come on and do an interview, please contact Amy, our assistant producer, by emailing her, amy@tcwtmedia.com, or you can send us a DM on our Facebook page, or in fact, anywhere on any of our social media pages. Okay. Now, on December 3rd, 2020, 29-year-old Jasmine Purvis vanished from Jackson, Mississippi. Now, what began as a series of urgent phone calls to her grandfather ended in silence. That, here we go in 2025, is still silent. Jasmine Purvis was born August 1st, 1991. By late 2020, she was living in Jackson and was last seen in the 1100 block of Carnation Street. Now, on December 3rd, 2020, Jasmine made series of desperate phone calls to her grandfather, okay? She called him multiple times, urging him to hurry and pick her up. All of these calls were within a span of 15 minutes. By the time her grandfather arrived, Jasmine was gone. Now, her boyfriend told him that Jasmine had decided to take another ride and that she'd call later. That call never came. Now, her grandfather tried calling Jasmine's phone, and at first, the first two times, it just went answered. But then the third time, the phone had completely been turned off and went straight to voicemail. Now, it was reported that Jasmine was last seen leaving in a dark blue Chevrolet Tahoe driven by an African American male. Now, guys, Jasmine has not been heard from again. Her family officially reported her missing on December 5th, 2020. But hold on, guys. Jasmine's disappearance may be tied to something even darker. Just weeks before she vanished, a close friend of hers was murdered, and Jasmine is reported to have witnessed it. Okay, disturbingly, the same vehicle seen leaving that crime scene was also seen picking up Jasmine the day she went missing. That gives me freaking chills. Okay, that scares me. At the time she disappeared, Jasmine was 5'5", 185 pounds. And as Lady in Gray says, one brilliant smile. She had an amazing smile. Okay, now more than 4.5 years later, Jasmine's case remains unsolved. Guys, I want to know, what did she see? Who wanted her silenced? Okay. I also want to know, was the boyfriend looked into? Okay. News articles that I read were not giving his name because he's not been listed as a person of interest. Okay. I also couldn't find what her friend's name who was murdered. I have so many questions, and sadly, I couldn't find a lot. So if anybody is watching this and knows, please email me at terry@tcwtmedia.com, because I have so many questions and I need to know, was her friend's murder that she supposedly witnessed? Was it solved? Did they ever see this car? Is there a person of interest in that? I got questions, okay? Now, her family is still searching for answers, holding on to hope that someone somewhere knows what happened on that December day in Jackson. And I'm going to say this, she could not have just disappeared. Somebody saw something. They may not even know what they saw, okay? But if you know anything, even if you're not sure if it's a true memory, a fake memory, if it's the right day, the wrong day, I don't care. Okay. If you know anything about Jasmine Giovanna Purvis, please contact the Hinds County Sheriff's Department at 601-974-2900. Her family deserves to have answers. I also want to ask you all, go to our Midday Missing Facebook page, share Myra and Jasmine's missing person flyers. I'm trying not to get emotional here. Sorry. Please share those posters. It's the least we can do to help these families get answers and potentially put an end to their suffering. Now, we're going to do Terry's tips, okay? And traveling abroad can be exciting, but especially in today's climate, it also comes with extra challenges and risk, okay? I am getting ready to travel international to 3 different countries. So, I looked up some tips for this because whether you're headed for business, a family trip, or dream vacation, we need you to keep safe, okay? Also, we need to be stress free. So I learned a lot and I'm actually doing all of these, okay? Make 2 copies of your passport, your ID, and your travel documents. One to take with you, one to leave with someone you trust at home, and one to upload to a secure cloud folder. That way, in case your bag gets lost or stolen, your phone, your passport, you can log into the cloud. I had never freaking thought of that, okay? Also, check the US State Department travel advisory or your country's equivalent before you leave. Believe it or not, there is actually some alerts going on over in France right now. So I am glad and I will look them up the day before I go to each of those countries, okay? Also, register your trip with the STEP program. It's Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. So the embassy can reach you in case of an emergency. Guys, I didn't even know that was a thing. But how great is that, that I can get an alert when I'm in that country because I told them what days, flights, everything, that I can get an alert if something big happens. Believe it or not, guys, shit happens in other countries, not just the US. Yes, there is an ongoing terrorist threat in France. Hello, Miss Shorty. It has been a while, but don't worry. I am keeping an eye on all of that because I will be going to Finland, Austria, and France. Okay. Also, learn a few local emergency phrases. Knowing how to ask for help or the police can make a huge difference. Okay. Never thought of that. Never thought of that. Also, you want to know what their emergency number is. We call 911 here. Some places have 000, some it's 111. So make sure you find that out. Also, bring at least 2 forms of payment, one credit, one debit card, plus cash. Okay. Let your bank know you're traveling so your card doesn't get flagged or frozen. I had that happen one time when I was in Hong Kong and it was a mess. Okay. Also, carry a small amount of local currency for taxis and tips just in case cards are not accepted because I don't know if everybody has Uber now. Okay. Now, you can also buy an international SIM card or check your carrier's travel plan before leaving. Me, I'm a T-Mobile. I am just purchasing the travel plan. See, 00 in Australia, but 911 will connect you regardless. Okay, that is great to know, Miss Shorty, that they accept both. Okay. Also, this is a big one if you're somebody like me. Download offline maps and translation apps in case Wi Fi or service is spotty. Okay. I also joined on T Mobile. You can get Starlink satellite phone. I also have activated that so that I have it. Okay. Also, take a small portable power bank so you're never left with a dead phone. Okay. Make sure you do that. Also, keep essentials in your carry on medication, chargers, change of clothes, and snacks. Like in my case, also, guys, if you have medication that's a controlled substance or requires syringes, take the prescription with you. Okay. I've had it be a problem before. Okay. Also, go ahead and invest in a TSA approved lock or get a suitcase that has the lock. Okay. On your luggage tag, do not display your full address, people. Do not do that. Okay. We're going to be covering a case one day on True Crime and Wine Time about a guy who murdered women. He got their addresses off of their baggage. Also, I don't know how I'm going to do this one, and this is going to be hard for me, but dress comfortably, but avoid looking like a tourist. Well, guys, I'm going to just say wearing all pink tends to make people notice me. So I don't know how I'm going to make myself not look touristy. I don't know, but I'm going to try. Also, stick to well lit, populated areas and avoid wandering late at night. Okay. Because I will say when Double H and I went to London one night, I couldn't sleep. So I got up at like 4 in the morning. I decided to leave and go look for a Starbucks by myself. What the hell was I thinking? Okay. That was just like 3 years ago. What the hell was I thinking? Now, also, I say this so many times with tips trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Okay. Also, guys, anytime you go out anywhere, be cautious when ordering drinks internationally. Okay. Be extra cautious. Okay. Because I think traveling internationally is one of my life's greatest joys. But safety should always come first because I do not want to wind up having something happen to me when I'm in another country. Okay. And a little preparation goes a long way and it'll help keep my trip memorable for the right reasons. Okay. Because I do not want Llama and a co host to have to cover me on True Crime and Wine Time because I did something stupid like drank too much when I was in the Champagne region and decided to go on a walkabout. Okay. So now, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again on Monday for our next episode of Midday Missing. Just a heads up, I am going to pre record Monday just in case I am unable to go live when I am in LA. But if I am unable to go live, it still will be dropped. Yes, lady in gray, a walkabout. Go walking around, check things out. Don't tell me y'all have never heard walkabout. I'm the one who doesn't know anything. Yes, Kelly P, just promise me if I do show up on Dateline, will y'all make sure that it's Keith Morrison? Please, please make sure it's Keith Morrison who covers my case. I mean, I love Josh Mankiewicz. I really do. I love Dennis Murphy. I love Andrea Cannon, but I really, really need it in my heart to be Keith Morrison. And that would mean that one of my fantasies comes true and that my name comes out of Keith Morrison's mouth. Okay. Yeah. And you will share my episode far and wide. Thank you, Miss Shorty. I appreciate that. Um, John Locke went on a walkabout in Australia. I'm going to just say, if I go on a walkabout, it's not going to be Australia because I'm scared of the kangaroos in Australia. I want to go to Australia, but I'm scared of the kangaroos because I've heard they can be just as vicious as a bear. So I'm a little scared of them. Now, for those of you that joined me from Couch Court, that live stream will go at 1:00. Court comes back at 1:15. So I'm assuming Llama will entertain you guys for 15 minutes. Oh, Miss Shorty says kangaroos are lovely, but then no. Okay. Well, they're lovely, but they also will hurt you, right? I mean, I think they're lovely, but they're kind of like an alligator. You shouldn't pet them, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. Also, guys, please join our Facebook group for Midday Missing. It really helps for us to share the missing person posters, but we also share other posters that we have verified. But if you want the craziness and just want to keep up with all of the shows, you're going to want to follow us on all of our other social media platforms. And guys, don't forget, tomorrow night, Llama and I will be back with True Crime and Wine Time at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And not only are we going to be pairing our case with wine, we are covering the absolute horrific, insane case of the firefighter who becomes the arsonist. And okay, wait a minute. You can have a kangaroo as a pet in South Carolina? What? What? Oh my gosh. I need to go to South Carolina and find someone. Do they have to declaw them or something and take out their teeth so they don't hurt you? Are they okay? Is it bad that okay, now I have so many questions and I'm going to have to go down a rabbit hole. Thank you for that. But guys, until next time, stay safe, stay aware, but most importantly, if you see something, say something, and let's help these families get their loved ones back home to them. Bye, guys.